You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
Korea's job market just got 3 new signals worth reading closely. Samsung and SK Hynix are adding at least 2 more chip fabs in Gwangju by 2040, on top of 4 already planned. Korean robotics firms just landed 72 buyer meetings at a trade fair in Beijing, chasing a humanoid robot market Goldman Sachs says could grow 6-fold by 2035. And a cancer vaccine breakthrough from Moderna and Merck just sent a signal to every biotech track graduate watching from Korea. It's Friday, August 21st. Let's look at what this means for job seekers and graduates in Korea. Samsung and SK Hynix told the government they now see clear enough demand to build the extra fabs, pushing Korea's projected 2040 power demand up sharply overnight. Korean robotics companies used the Korea-China Robot Week in Beijing to pitch component and control technology to more than 80 Chinese firms and investors. Moderna and Merck's personalized cancer vaccine, tested alongside Merck's Keytruda, delivered the first proven clinical benefit for an mRNA-based cancer treatment in a trial of over 1,100 high-risk melanoma patients. Here's what the numbers show. Samsung and SK Hynix's added fabs pushed Korea's projected 2040 peak power demand to as much as 165 gigawatts, up from an April estimate of 138.2 gigawatts. Chip-related power demand alone jumped 20.6 gigawatts beyond earlier forecasts, a shift the Energy Ministry says will require the equivalent of 19 additional nuclear reactors worth of capacity. Korean robotics firms met 72 pre-matched buyers during the Beijing event, part of a market Goldman Sachs now projects could reach $38 billion, or 52.97 trillion won, by 2035, up from a prior estimate of $6 billion, or 8.36 trillion won. Moderna and Merck's vaccine, branded Intismeran Autogene, meaningfully extended recurrence-free survival versus Keytruda alone, and the companies are running 9 more trials across 6 cancer types. Moderna's stock jumped 177% to $174.38 on the trial results, the biggest single-day gain for any S&P 500 stock in 25 years, while Merck rose 12.6% to a record $152.20. So what does this mean for job seekers and graduates in Korea? Earlier, we flagged the new Gwangju fabs. Here's what that means for you. Expect sustained hiring demand in semiconductor engineering, power infrastructure, and related supply chain roles well into the next decade, not just a short-term hiring spike. The Beijing trade results suggest Korean robotics and component makers are scaling up export operations, which could open more roles in hardware engineering and international business development. And if you're on a biotech or life sciences track, the mRNA cancer vaccine result signals that personalized medicine is moving from concept to commercial pipeline, worth watching as more trial data lands over the next 1 to 2 years. 3 things to watch. How the government's 12th power supply plan allocates new capacity between nuclear, LNG, and renewables. Further Beijing trade fair deal announcements from Korean robotics firms. And Moderna and Merck's non-small cell lung cancer trial results, expected within the next 1 to 2 years. That's today's AI PRISM, students and grads. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.